we got one more day till the most amazing day in the world, Friday, of course. I mean, that's it. There's no better day. No better day. We are here about to talk about some Destiny updates, guys. Patch 2.1 came out. It's super awesome, and I always like playing with the patch a bit before I do the patch notes, so I can talk about what they changed and how I feel about the changes and like my reactions to them. And then hopefully you guys have played with the patch enough so that you guys can leave comments below and give a thumbs up, and we can have some fun, and you guys can tell me what you think about everything. So obviously the biggest update was obviously Sparrow Racing League. SRL is amazing, the most competitive game mode in the game, down by far. So the event's out, it's till December 29. You can talk to her. There's daily bounties, and then there's the one weekly bounty that you have to finish like 10, and I think it's every week. So the class changes, here we go, we'll go down these. This is more the important part, I guess, than everything else, so let's go ahead and go through that. We got fix some issues with players can sometimes stuck in slow sprint speeds, and players can now use charge melee attacks while tethered by hunter chaps, which is cool. Alright, so obviously Titan is the most changed class in year 2. I mean, I don't know how many changes, balance changes Sunbreakers have gone through, but here we go. Here's another one, because everyone is so fed up with it. So Sunbreakers, melee attacks melee attacks in all Titan classes were upgraded 12.5%. It's actually really good, and it actually, you feel like you lunge to people like Warlocks and Hunters do, so it feels a lot more comfortable, and you're not like, oh man, like how, like it's a perfect clean melee hit after shotgun or like body shot, and you're like, why didn't it go off? So it's a lot better. The decreased dot damage for their melee attack is now less, so instead of 6.5 it's 5.5. We got Hammer Soul reduced the damage 9.09%. That's a lot. The damage resistance, so they are not tanky as much. I mean, obviously they're still tanky. I think they're the tankiest super still. Debatable against Stormcaller, but they're not as tanky anymore. The travel speed of the hammer, so you can juke a lot more. It's a lot better. And what else they got here? Reduced the abilities to create never-ending chains of explosions. So now I think it's like I guess a global cooldown, if you want to call it, on Sunspot. So it's a little bit different, but it's not too big of a difference. But it's just pretty much the damage reductions. Like here, they got Forge Master, reduced the splash damage by 20%. Flame Seeker 25%, turn down hammer tracking by 25%. So like that skill is no longer worth having. They Flame Seeker remove +1 recovery and agility, all the +1 stats. Fleet Fire added +1 there. Firekeeper added recovery stat there, and movement, catapult lift. So they pretty much nerfed catapult lift on all spectrums of classes of Titan. So they do that. I mean, I don't see why, because catapult's a really good like mechanic, and I feel like it was really nice that they kept that there. But I mean, that was their choice. I mean, it's not a big nerf because they made it faster. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, because I feel like it's not really a nerf. It's more of a buff, I guess, since they made it like the initial lift, like the initial velocity is faster. So people are going to be utilizing that a lot more. Catapult lift is obviously the jump to go do for Titans. Strikers melees got buffed, obviously. The Stormfist, this is what I like. Stormfist's actual increased damage is 18.2%. That's really good. I've messed around with it. I haven't tested out if because I don't think it KOs right off the bat, but I'm pretty sure it's really close to it, which is cool on regular Guardian vs Guardian. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to KOing, just insta kill, which is pretty cool. Stonefist, I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. So Overload now also provides faster melee recharge, 50%. That's a really good perk, and like having strength and intellect now on a Titan is like super fun because you're just constantly punching. It's super good. Discharges additional damage is really good. Uh, like they changed a lot of stuff. The AOE obviously changed the way it looks. Increased super energy bonus, which is 30%. You gain as I feel like as striker and as defender, you get your like super twice as fast as like any as a Sunbreaker and a lot of other classes. It's really fun and it's really cool. The unstoppable increased damage reduction is huge. I feel like strikers are the tankiest Titans now, not Sunbreakers. And when you pop Fist of Panic, it like you're literally I've never seen like you could take 3 sniper shots to the head or like to the body and like still be okay. It's really strong. It's pretty good. Improved shield health for Juggernauts. That's awesome. It now works airborne, which is cool. And obviously they got the melee. Obviously defender didn't really get much changes, but the Titan melee extended range, super gives you faster grenade melee. Not a really big change. And then that. So weapons is the cool part, guys. Weapons. This is what I want to talk about. Auto rifles. At first, the patch for the auto rifles didn't come out, but they did fix it. And I like the only auto rifle I've really played with is the one from Trials. I love it. And there's a Apple of Discord, I think is what it's called, or answering, wrong answering or something from Cyros, and that auto rifle was a lot of fun. So they got the low rate of fires got buffed. Zalo Supercell is super good now, super good, because the increased damage. It used to kill pretty fast, and now it's just like ridiculous, especially when the perk procs. Oh man, that chain lightning is amazing. And the answering cord. There we go. The answering cord is really good. The Necrochasm I want to try. I haven't really been able to play out with it, but so the low rate of fires got buffed 0.3%, mid rate of fire is 0.7, and a high rate of fire 0.04%. So they got the least buff, but it still makes it still makes it really good. So we got reduced base damage on pulse rifles. Pulse rifles did get a pretty big nerf, but they're still really strong from range. I feel like auto rifles up close can compete with them. Mid-range, they still fall off a little bit, auto rifles compared to pulse rifles, but hand cannons definitely beat pulse rifles up close for sure. So low rate of fire ones got damage reduction 0.9. The reduction from mid rate of fire, so Hawksaw, No Time to Explain, Red Death, and high rate of fire, Bad Juju, got a reduction from previous edition, and also Grasp also got a damage reduction. So reduced damage fall off to start between auto rifles and hand cannons range. A low range pulse rifle will have shorter damage fall off than an average hand cannon, and a high range pulse rifle will have farther damage fall off than an average hand cannon. So increased base damage against AI by roughly 5%. So PvE, pulse rifles have actually still got a buff, and they're still really good. I carry Nerwan's Mercy, the pulse rifle from the raid, and Hockey. I forgot the Haji A or D. I carry that one. Those 3 pulse rifles I'll switch between the raid. They're super good. I haven't been able to get my hands on a Grasp. I've been trying to grind it, but I know that one's really good in PvE too. So PvE, pulse rifles still dominate. It's insane, but PvP, I love these patch notes because PvP, since playing the patch notes, has been so versatile. Everyone has constantly using different items, still messing around with everything. I've seen fusion rifles, I've seen pulse rifle, hand cannons, auto rifles, everything. The new exotics that they put also, like I see Mida tool a lot now. I see scout rifles like crazy. I see every weapon, so it's so much more fun to play PvE because you're like, oh, what the heck just killed me? And you're like, whoa, I can't believe someone's actually using that weapon. And like, it's so much, it's so much more fun to play PvP in Destiny now. It's amazing. Hand cannons got increased aiming down sights accuracy for reliable shooting at close range to mid range. First curse, because of this and the buffs that they gave the first curse, is actually worth using. It's a lot of fun. If you guys haven't gotten your hands on it, get your weapon level to your weaponsmith to level 5. Do the quest for it. It's a little bit longer. You guys can check out how to do it on my YouTube as well. I got a video on that, and I got a video of what it used to be, and I'm actually going to make another video of how it is now, and it's actually a lot of fun to play in PvP. A lot of fun. Shotguns, I stopped using my shotgun because of this patch. I haven't been able to play with a shotgun and actually kill like anybody up close. Like, I'll get hit and like my shotgun misses. All like it. I don't even want to go through these notes. All you need to know is PvE, great. Sure, you can still use it. PvP, you have some trouble. You have some super trouble. And meleeing after shotgun doesn't exist anymore. Barely doesn't exist anymore. Shooting from far range barely doesn't exist anymore, and the rate of fire of a lot of shotguns is just horrendous. It is literally the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life. Just completely utter garbage. Utter garbage. Utter garbage. Fusion rifles, increased charge speed on fast charging fusion rifles, reduce burst damage to compensate. There's an Amanali fusion rifle going around that is actually pretty cool because it's really stable and it's a fast charging one, so it literally shoots so fast, and it still does like if you're like pretty close range, mid to close, and you hit them with all the whole spray, it'll still pretty much instant kill one shot. It's super good. They did reduce the hip fire, which kind of stinks, but to me, I still think fusion rifles are something to pick up. Sniper rifles, obviously, other than that, fusion rifles also got fusion rifles behave more predictable, I guess, based on player stat. Reduced hip fire, like stability, as I said, increased aiming down sights, and crouch stability. So it's a lot better to aim down the sights instead of using. So like perks now on fusion rifles are going to change because a lot of people aren't going to be looking for the perk that obviously has better accuracy when aiming down, when hip firing and stuff like that. Because if you aim down the sights, it's a lot more accurate. So the reduction in the carry inventory for all fusion rifles, that kind of sucks. 10% increase to PvE damage. Also, still PvE like is so good. Fusion rifles are so good at PvE, and they do so much damage. The thing, Sleeper Cell and Daughters is a melt. It literally melts them. It's the best damage I've ever seen, and it's probably almost the new Galahorn. I love using Sleeper Simulant. It's amazing against bosses and any strike or raid. Sniper rifles got extend sniper rifle damage fall off, so damage also reduces on very long range shots. So longer shots kind of do less damage, but I mean, headshot's still headshot, and 2 body shots still KO. So I don't know why they mess with sniper rifles. Luck in the Chamber. So Luck in the Chamber on Amanon sniper rifles now only buffs persistent damage. So instead of body shots. So that's pretty cool. I mean, Irene probably isn't going to be that big anymore, and everyone's going to be using 1,000 nerds there probably. That's all that means. Sidearm, increased ready speed for all sidearms. If you're a blade dancer, I was testing this out. If you're a blade dancer with the automatically like ready, and you have a sidearm, you can literally shoot. Like, you can press triangle and press R, like keep tapping R2, and it'll shoot before the gun like animation is there. That's how fast the ready speed is on sidearms and being a blade dancer. It's it's insane. So I've been running around with a lot of PvP. I'm gonna put some videos up on my Twitch about it. You can catch those there. Of a bunch of replays of me using No Land Beyond and just switching to the sidearm and like blowing people. It just melts because like the you can literally shoot before the gun actually shows up on your screen. It's insane and it's amazing. Sark. This is pretty cool about what they did for swords. So arc and void damage, when you guard, you can actually at least survive one hammer of soul. So you can survive it and then counter, or you know, do what you need to do, which is cool because you can counter and then one slash will kill him, or two slashes I think kills them. So it's really cool. The first curse perks. Okay, so the first curse perk will now refill the magazine when activated. So if you kill someone, if you get a precision kill on 5 shots, it'll give you back 8 shots. But after that reload, or if you get a precision kill after that, it won't proc again until the perk until you reload. So it won't refill your magazine. So just so you guys know, if you guys were like, oh my gosh, it's always going to refill my magazine, no. They made sure that it refills it once, then you have to reload, and then it can refill it again. So it's pretty cool. Plus 25 to the base range. Yeah, you can use a lot. When you get the first curse perk, you can use this gun from so far away. It's great. The fall off isn't that much, and it's still 3 shots. Pretty much always, even from really far away. It's super good. What did they do? Oh, boost to the base range and magazine size. I think they upped the magazine to 8 instead of 6, so that's good. It's honestly a good gun to take a look at if you guys haven't. Hawk Moon reduced the base range. Lucky bullets from Luck in the Chamber and holding Ace now deal 1.2 damage. Bonus was 1.3. Still strong. I guess just in PvE it's different. I haven't really messed around with the Hawk Moon, but I mean, it's a good balance, I guess. The Chaperone reduced base damage, increased precision damage, scale it. Chaperone's pretty good. It's still probably the best shotgun because like you can actually get precision kills a lot easier than with a regular shotgun. So the Chaperone's still pretty viable. Dragon's Breath is so much fun. If you guys haven't tried Dragon's Breath, go ahead and do so. It's amazing, and its new exotic perk is insane. So they removed Pyromancy and Tripod perks, replaced with Surplus and Who's Next. It's great. Add Intrinsic perk Napalm. Rocket fires on a remote detonation trigger. It's huge. It's so fun to use. Hold the trigger to fire, release trigger to detonate. Detonations drop a solar damage napalm canister. It's super fun. And it's just like a funny exotic. I would obviously never for heavy weapon round, I'll probably use it in trials, but other than that, like to compete with Truth or something, probably use it. But it's super fun. Fabian Strategy, haven't really messed with, but Frontlines perk on Fabian Strategy no longer buffs rate of fire as a bonus modifier. Frontlines now increases the base rate of fire stat to highest speed. Damage per bullet is offset to match the high rate of fire archetype, which is cool. Remove extended mag perk and replaced with flared magwell. Removed a small bore perk and replaced it with rifle barrel. Increased base reload and base stability on the weapon to help offset benefits the remove stats upgraded were providing. So I heard Fabian Strategy is a lot of fun to use now, and I don't doubt it. I'm sure it's a lot of fun, but you know, who knows? I'm gonna have to try to get it so that I can actually test it out. But unfortunately I don't have it on my Titan, so we'll have to see. I'm excited. I'm sure it'll be good, but we'll find out. And we have the Black Spindle remove scope upgrades for Black Spindle Talon grid. Black Spindle only has one scope now, and replaced with barrel upgrades instead of scopes. So that's pretty cool. They give you at least that change. and I still have to get my black spindle, to be honest. I haven't done that heroic mission just because like I haven't seen a need for it, but I'm gonna have to test it out to see what the bullet perks are. Super good advice: reduced chance to that SGA returns ammo on miss shots by 20%. That's I mean that's obviously sucks, but they reduced the chance by 20%. That's a lot. Added a chance for SGA to pull inventory ammo into the magazine on landed shots. That's where they buffed that. So super good advice. Sleeper stimulant maximum inventory buff from 7 to 9. Ammo swap exploit removed, so weapon no longer converts ammo from a different weapon to another weapon. That sucks. But inventory no longer benefits from fusion rifle ammo perks, but does benefit from heavy ammo perks. It's going to be super fun to, I mean, super stimulant is amazing. Having 9 shots is super good now. It sucks that they found out the ammo swap exploit, but whatever. We all have heavy ammo since. I'm not worried. We're not going to talk too much about the armor. The armor's pretty cool here. We got a lot of new stuff that's been added. You can buy this, the skull. You can buy no backpack backup plans. You have the Titan. You have the Titan one that gives you an extra grenade instead of the one that just gives you the one that gives you, I think, like the extra melee or something like that. Oh, or the one that gives you air dash. So now you have the one that gives you extra grenade as a Titan, which is really good. And this is gonna be, I mean, these are really good, and the exotics they did have were so much. Activities. We have the hive ship. Various chests around the hive ship will now grant hadium flakes instead of worm spores. That's pretty cool. And then strikes. Will of Crota strike has been added to the Vanguard strikes and the Vanguard heroic strike playlist. That's pretty awesome. And Nightfalls now award 50 plus Vanguard rep. That is awesome on the first completion per character per week. That is awesome. It's actually worth doing, and the rewards for Nightfall have been outrageous. I've been getting toolkits. I got a toolkit for the SRL on one of my characters. They gave me a sparrow and a lot of other stuff, and I also got an exotic on my other character. The Nightfall is so worth doing now. I do it on every character now each week. This week I did it on all my characters because it was so worth doing, and especially plus the 500 Vanguard rep. That's a lot of reputation. So Crucible, 3 coins are now applied to any Crucible playlist, which is amazing. They gave Sibu zone control benefits, but honestly, the only thing I want to talk about this one, there's obviously new maps and new bugs that they fixed in the maps and stuff like that. But everything else is, I mean, items. There's a couple items, whatever, blah 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 blah. That's garbage. Nobody wants to know about that. But the only thing I wanted to say was, in Crucible, you can use 3 coin in SRL. You can use it in any Crucible matchmaking point. So getting exotics is twice as easy, and it's super awesome. Just for those characters that don't play PvE and don't like to, they have their chance to get exotics from PvP. It's super cool that they're catering to everyone in this patch and just in this year. So I'm super excited for this, guys. It's gonna be super awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of these updates. And SRL, if you haven't played it, is amazing. If you haven't played it with 6 people, we're gonna be doing that later this weekend. So you guys can definitely come back and watch that. We're gonna have so much fun doing that, and just insane races. It's like Mario Kart. I wish they added some green shells. We would have a blast. And have fun with all the weapons, guys. Test them all out. I'm still going through all the weapons that they added from year 1 to make year 2s. No Land Beyond is a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to get really good with it. Mida Tool is super amazing. Like, they added so many Dragon's Breath, amazing. I'm going through buying all of them and testing them all out, guys. It's super fun. Thank you guys for making this possible and going ahead and I know a lot of you have followed me on Twitter. If you guys haven't done that, go ahead and do so. We are going to be doing like a lot of things through Twitter and pushing a lot of content out through there, so you guys can catch when I'm going to be live. You can figure out when we're doing giveaways, what giveaways we're going to be doing from Twitter, what games we're going to be playing, and all the new releases that we're going to be streaming and testing with you guys is going to be so much fun. So thank you guys. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about everything that did change and what you were expecting out of the changes and what you have, got from the changes, and let me know what kind of sparrows you guys got and what you think about SRL as well, guys. I'll catch you later. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. We're going to be back with a ton of other updates. We have to do a ton of other videos, so thank you guys, and stay tuned for those, and I will catch you guys on the Rift.